Good morning, everyone. I have a special guest and a very long-time friend of mine. So, Brian McGee, welcome to Wellness Minutes. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Alan. How are you? Thank you for having me on the show.
Good. You know, it's so funny because, I mean, you and I have a long history. We don't have time to talk about it right now. In fact, I better start my timer or we will go way over time because you and I could talk all day.
Yes, we could do that, yes.
Subjects, but I wanted our listeners to know what a fix-it guy, what a problem solver is in our industry. Give us just a quick overview, an overview on what it is that you do.
Sure. Problem solver is probably the best thing to describe what I do. So because of my background in sales, marketing, operations, supply chain, I'm able to look at a situation within any organization and start to formulate a solution for recovery, for improving the process. And I really start with the idea that the situation that you have now is never, no matter how ideal you think it may be, no matter how many of your competitors do the same thing, that doesn't make it right and doesn't make it the best functioning solution for you. So I do a deep dive. I come in, as my old friend Rick Goldberg used to say, I give perspective to the situation. So he used to call it bark mark, when someone is so close to the tree they can't see it. And that's typically the type of customers I work with. They're working day in and day out to grow their business and to save money. And somewhere along the line, they've lost perspective. So I come in the 10,000-foot view. I don't accept the current situation as the only situation or the best way things can run. I tend to look at everything in two buckets. I do a full analytical deep dive on any situation where I look at the numbers and I start to look at the trends and statistics and history. Then I put all of that aside. I look at the situational. I talk to the people. I marry them up. I create a plan, and we make the change.
Brian, we know this, that, okay, I don't care what business you're in. You might own a spa, a salon, a medical spa. You have a resort spa. You're a manufacturer. You're a distributor. There are always things come up that, let's just say, we're not formally educated to fix, right? I mean, I don't care who, I've had them all in all my businesses. Yeah. There's things come up where you kind of go, what the hell do we do now?
Right. And that's the point where you should call me or someone like me who can look at a situation a little differently, take a new perspective on it, and take the time to solve the issue. A lot of business owners and business operators get caught up in the emotion of the situation, which clouds their judgment and limits their ability to move something forward.
Brian, I always say this, and I know for our regular listeners, they get tired of probably hearing me say the same thing over and over, but I am very fond of saying that you need to get out of your four walls. You need to go to trade shows. You need to meet other spa directors. You need to listen to manufacturers and distributors because your mind, I know this is not empirical data. This is me talking anecdotally, but you get stuck in your thinking when you're in your own four walls, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's very easy to do. You've got people coming in and throwing things at you all day long. They want an answer. They want a reaction right away. It's hard to stop everything and do a deep dive. And then even if you can do that, it's hard to get the right perspective to fix the solution if you've never done it before.
And Brian, isn't it true that while sometimes when you bring in an outsider to do a deep dive and look at the things that are going on inside your business, other things can be created. I always like to say lemons to lemonade, right? Like we don't know what we're going to find when we go searching.
Yeah, it's amazing that you say that, Alan. You know, people will bring me in to take a look at their supply chain, and then 2 days later, I'm looking into their sales organization. Because all of these things, you know, we are all pretty much small companies, and it's everything is related. If you're a spa operator and you're trying to improve your service offering in the massage category, it's going to be tied directly to the front of store and your retail sales and how you acquire new customers and all of the things, keeping your staff motivated. Everything is all interrelated. You can't isolate a problem and fix one problem at a time.
I know we could talk about this all day. I say that a lot when we're doing these videos because, you know, when you love a particular, well, and you've been doing it, 30 years, and I've been doing it almost 31 now, and you you take some things for granted that you just know them in your head.
Right.
But I've seen it time and time again that when you go into a spa or another facility, it's like things occur to me right away and I say, how do they not see this? But the fact is you don't see it when you're too close.
Right.
Mark, what was the
Mark, right? Like Rick said, it's all about the perspective. You know, another thing he always said was an expert is somebody who comes from 20 miles away and wears a hat. And what that means is an expert is just not you. It's someone who comes in with a different, has ability to look at your situation differently than you have.
Oh my God. We're going to do more on this subject because we could talk all day about how to fix it. I just did, earlier today, I did lighting with a friend of ours in Milwaukee. And I thought we did 6 minutes in a heartbeat. There's just never enough time, but we like to keep them short. Friends, reach out to Brian McGee. He's imminently available. In fact, I'm going to see him in Chicago this weekend.
Yes.
But Brian is available. Get a consultation with him. His information is on the next screen, so hang in there. Brian, thank you again. Look forward to it.
Oh, you're welcome, Alan. My pleasure.